All right, ladies. Oh, wait, hang on a second. We're not going to start just yet. Oh, I got to unmute myself. Otherwise, poor Jorgen's never going to get a word in at all. Ah, yes, of course. Excellent, excellent. Yes, you will, Jorgen. Just give me a hot second. But, yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board to the Ausu Taiko Tournament 2023. This is the Qualifier Showcase. I'm the host and commentator, Beat43210, and I'm incredibly excited to see how things are going to go. And joining me today through this Qualifier Showcase will be none other than Jorgen. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I just got back to home and we have crafted this like very cool map pool in this like sweet style of like a tournament that I'm also not that familiar of, but we'll see how things go. Beats, it's the host. You got everything down.
Well, look, that's the plan. That is the plan. That's the plan, okay? I am doing a lot of things for the first time for myself, okay? I am just kind of praying to Jesus that shit doesn't fall apart, okay?
Yeah.
we're kind of rolling with this and hoping that this doesn't totally suck. So yeah, this is gonna be exciting. It's gonna be a wild ride. Hopefully, we get some good memes and stuff along the way.
It's okay. You said you're confident.
Exactly, right? Set low expectations and high overconfidence. That's what we do here. So yeah, I will get started in just a second. I just gotta get Jorgen the Discord stream because that is the one thing I forgot to do while I was sitting here for 15 minutes. So yeah, we're gonna be as open as possible about everything.
True, that's the best. All right.
All right, let's see. All right, let's get that set up for you, man. You should be seeing the client.
It's loading.
Loading.
Yeah, got it.
Oh. No, that's not the first song, bruh. I just realized my push to talk is E, so it keeps activating this client because it's going straight to edit. Okay.
Oh my god.
Excellent. Gotta love scuffness. I'll see if I can get that fixed in a hot second. In the meanwhile, let's get started with the very first map. And I think.
Yep.
Okay, Discord desktop audio does not like that. Oh my god. This is the downside of having push to talk instead of open mic. I'm not used to it on my own particular setup. But, alright, here we go. The first map of the Qualifier Showcase. Now, of course, before we show the maps of the Qualifier Showcase, I do want to remind everybody that there will be 10 maps in total. We'll have 3 no-mods, 2 hidden, 2 hard rock, 2 double time, and a forced mod. There's a lot to cover, so without further ado, no mod 1.
Let's get started on our first map. It's going to be Mermaid, a map by Sender, and also a Monofactory featured Jam. And this map is 6.7 star, so it's quite a bit of like a high SR ratings, but it's not that difficult for a 6.7 star. I would say it's definitely easy for that SR. In the same time, this is also 224 BPM and a length of 3 minutes and 7 seconds. And this is basically your regular kind of normal one. Has a bit of like 1/3, but mostly is just 1/4 patterns, and sometimes a burst, 1/6 burst in the middle of 1/4 patterns, which will be very tricky for players to handle. But players should be able to deal with this because it's just your regular kind of map and OD7.
I gotta get a Twitch chat on my phone. Hold up. I'm still here. I haven't gone anywhere yet. Just bear with me. Because, you know, when you think you got everything ready, you don't have everything ready. Not at all.
It's okay. It's just the first stream of the tournament. Something like this happens.
100%.
We're going into the chorus session when stuff gets more dense. You can see there's a lot more like 13 notes pattern, but once again they're mostly very comfortable for players to handle.
Oh, don't be scared. I mean, look, this is 6.7 stars, but I can pass this, and I'm the most washed up 2K player that's still relatively active in this game. So if I can pass this, we got this. It's fine. People will live.
It's fine. Definitely. Qualifiers. How many times will we play the qualifiers?
Oh, like in the actual in the
Two.
actual attempts?
Yes, it's 2.
Yes. So everybody will get 2 attempts throughout their qualifier runs. So the best of 2 runs will be taken for each map.
Yes, definitely. So won't be bad if you try the second time. Sometimes I just encourage players to just play the qualifiers just twice in a row. Just play 2 times, even though if you get like a possibly like a 2100 FC on your first try, maybe the second try will be better.
Yeah, this is there's a couple of nasty 1-6. You're going to see one coming up very soon.
Yep. The methods get longer and longer towards the end of the map. We see beat score 600k.
And of course, there's going to be a big pattern coming up right here. That's going to be an incredibly tricky 1-6. But after that, the song does smooth out in its density. So, this is, I think, a nice map because there's a fair amount of downtime. So even if you're not as strong in the field, getting good, at least a solid combo can be possible.
That's a hard 1-6 over there. And we do see our replay drop a little bit accuracy. So that's definitely the hard part challenge of the map. So it won't be just a free SS for like every single top player.
Yeah.
Also being OD7 as well.
100%.
So yeah.
So that is the first map. And now moving on to the second one. And it's going to be Ultra Velocity.
Yeah. And you know only it's also it's a one word. A map by K821. And this is, I would say, a bit of like a regular style of a tech map in the pool. BPM of 158, and this is the shortest map of the pool as well, being 1 minute and 45 seconds and 5.92 SR, so literally 0.7 star below the last map.
100%. This is definitely a lot slower than what we just saw. So it should be relatively easy to hit some of these 1-4 patterns, but of course, the complexity of some of the switch-ups are higher compared to No Mod 1. So players will find difficulty on that front.
Yeah, this is basically tech. Your generic kind of like a 1-6 tech. They are very rollable if you are KDDK rolling player, and usually players at that DDKK players are also pretty good at tech. Just a general saying. I'm not trying to make any stands over there.
Yeah, but I don't know. I find it all right. Although that's going to be a bit of a high point in terms of the difficulty there. Yeah, I know. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Just think of it as 1-6, and you'll probably hit it.
I would say the map is a lot harder than. No, like, you think it's a lot harder. After you play it though, you find the map is very comfortable to play, honestly, as a No Mod 2. So a very short map is basically your general kind of tech, and we do see our replayer finish his rumble at the last second. Very clean finish over there, so only 6-100. So this is basically your classic slower style of like a tech map as a No Mod 2. And we'll be moving to No Mod 3.
Yeah, and No Mod 3 is going to be Rainbow Magic. What background do you call this?
A cat with question mark and 2 more cats with a wizard. One with a king hat and a wizard hat. A very cute background, but the map is not that cute though. And this is basically the swing map with offhand patterns mechanics for the pool. I would say it's more like a speed, tacky, streamy reading map. It's not a speed in terms of playing, but the speed in terms of reading.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we're trying to look for, at least in the no mod pool. And you'll also know that this will not really have any extreme SV that you'd find in some other qualifier maps. We've opted to not have a no mod SV map, which sometimes is the norm for qualifiers, but map pulling team has decided that, yeah, we don't need to test SV at this stage. But that's not to say that there won't be SV elements elsewhere, just not in no mod.
It's just kind of my stance on. Oh, there's a hard pattern. But I was gonna say that it's just our team stance on no mod 3 in general, and also kind of like my stance as well. I really don't like pulling like weird SV maps or like a regular tournament. So I want to pull something that is more generic, like more general skill kind. And this one being like an offhand pattern maintained with high SV, I think it's more suitable. It's just a general skill set of a check. A little bit of a tricky finisher over here, which will trip up players if they don't handle it too well.
100%. And after that, the song does slowly quiet down to an ending here, but not without getting a faster speeding element before ending the song. But yeah, as some people in chat have noted, this is a bit of a more well-known song, which is something very good for those who are active in the community. Sometimes it does help.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's the end of no mod. So we're going to be showing the hidden maps next, of which there are 2 in this pool. And the first one, some people are going to love it. I personally hate it, but it is.
I agree with you. I completely agree with you.
It's going to be Cherry, which is basically sounds like a remix of that other song, which you'll probably hear.
It's a remix of a Ryoi song. You hear it. But as last map, a lot of players like last, so it's not the reason why I pulled this map, but it's not the reason we pulled this map, but hey, it's a bonus for some players at least. So this is basically the speedier hidden, being 3 minutes and 25 seconds, 228 BPM, 5.99 SR, and this map is basically like a little bit of like I would say more like a consistency hidden, but has SV changes as well. And there's also some 1/3 in the map to trip up players, like 1/3 and 1/6 in the same time, like a little bit of like a speedier section.
Yeah. And the SV doesn't even pick up just a little bit over here, but for the majority of the field, they should be somewhat comfortable to at least interpret. The patterning structure on this particular song is a bit more straightforward. You will find there's just mainly lone notes, triples, and 5 notes throughout.
Yeah. It's I would say it's comfortable for players who are in a higher skill range, I should say.
Yeah. And look, there's a fair amount of players who are not as strong in the field, and that's totally fine. This qualifiers is meant to actually spread everybody across the entire field. When we get to the first Swiss pool, the difficulty of the map will be reduced by quite a bit. So do not fret in the slightest. It's all part of the grand plan, because I looked at the qualifier results last year at the top 16, and nearly everybody was scoring like million plus on mods. And I saw that and I was like, hang on a minute, that's not gonna do well for our purposes here. So we did decide to boost it up. Although, admittedly, with the field that came in the latter half, maybe things could have been a slightly touchdown, but I'm still happy with how things have turned out overall.
I see. Yeah, so I would say this is definitely quite a difficult pool for the fires. We do see there's a 1/3 part in the solo section on the last session, and I would say that's definitely the hardest part of the map. There's also these like tricky SV with 1-6 into finishers and such, which could be quite difficult for players to like react, I should say.
Yeah. The other scary thing about this particular map is that it is a long song. It's one of the longest maps in the pool. So, trying to maintain the consistency is also a extra level of difficulty that will present the players.
Yep, we are finally reaching the end of the map. It's a flat out 3 minutes hidden. And also, I would say it's definitely not your usual kind of like, oh, are free to play 250 BPM, just rolling patterns or roll through the entire map. This is definitely not a map for that, so be careful about this map.
Yeah. So, there we go. That's the first hidden map. And now moving on to the second. And if you're a Muse Dash fan, you're going to be enjoying this one. I do not have the beep map this replay was made for. What?
Did you download the did you download the not Discord link?
No, I downloaded the replay that was on the link on the spreadsheet.
Yeah, but it should be, but the link of the map should be using the because the replay is made before the map was uploaded. So maybe you need the Discord link of the maps.
So
which I can just link it right here. Okay, let me speed.
Oh boy. Great.
Oh boy.
That's gonna happen again as well. Because there was another map. There was another map in this pool that's coming up, particularly in Hard Rock. So shit, we gotta get this fixed now. Oh boy.
Alright.
Gotta love technical difficulties. Can you hold up, bear with me?
You just quickly fix it.
So what do you want me to do? Just like download the...
Just download that, yeah. It will ruin the laser. Just blame laser.
I blame laser, and laser will blame me.
Yes, true.
Alright, bear with me. Alright, let's try this again.
Let's try this again.
I don't have the replay. Bruh. Jank. Absolutely jank.
Alright, someone live play now.
I tested every map before this. It works so well. And then I upgrade to the latest version, and now it doesn't work.
Yeah, when you upgrade to the latest version, and it doesn't work. And just how Showcase works usually.
Hang on. Wait, I got an idea. I can use that private spreadsheet. If I just re-download that will work. Because all the information's there, so... Let me just get that sorted. Alright, give me a second.
Alright, let's do it again. Third time's a charm. We'll get it.
There we go.
I am sure we'll get this at this
There
time.
we go, there we go.
Oh.
Great, excellent, finally. Okay, we're also going to have to do that again later for Hard Rock 2. So, expect to be doing this again. But don't worry, at least everything's set up now, so... Alright, so moving on to Hidden 2. And that's going to be Rave Tech.
Yeah, it's a Muse Dash song. It's kind of me just speed map. Not really a speed map, but you can kind of consider it a speed map. I'd start mapping it like this early on as a Hidden 2 because we cannot find like a suitable Hidden 2 without it being too hard. This is a 150 BPM Hidden 2. 2 minutes and 9 seconds, 4.92 star. There's quite a bit of like SV changes in this map, but mostly focus on the offbeat with like slower SV in general.
Yeah. Now, slow hidden is very infamous for not, performed very well, just generally across all of Ausu Taiko. But I think that the pace that we've set up for here, it's not actually too bad. It will be.
I think this is.
I think it's pretty reasonable given everything else so far.
Yeah, to me, honestly, I think this is a very kind and generous Hidden 2. I actually thought it was a little bit too easy when I finished mapping it, so I bumped up the OD to OD 6.6. Originally, it's OD 6. To make it a bit more accuracy, a little bit harder in terms of getting an egg, especially in sessions like this where there's a lot of beat and slower reading in general. So hopefully it will be able to distinguish players' skills with this.
Yeah, 100%. And I think a lot of players will enjoy that.
Hopefully.
But this song does still have a fair amount of tricks up its sleeves, as it should.
Yeah, a lot of like different kinds of like offbeat. There's not like only one kind of like bop bop, dut 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 dut. But there's a lot more different kinds of like sometimes even blue notes jump to blue, like not blue in terms of cat, but more like a blue line note jump to another blue line. There's also a 1/6 over there which could players. So this is basically, I would say, a more bit kind and generous Hidden 2 selection, because I know that not many players are very good at this skill set in general. So this is how we came up with.
But that's fine, you know, that's why we put these qualifier maps. We get to see a rough taste of how everyone's going to go. And that's going to help a lot when it comes to scaling and stabilizing things, especially as we go throughout the tournament, which is always a very nice thing to have. So let's go over to Hard Rock. Of course, just like Hidden, there is 2 Hard Rocks for our qualifier pool. And the first one will be Angel's Ladder. Ladder to Heaven.
Yeah. Mapper, it's Kuvelia. I think that's how you pronounce his name. A very old mapper that I don't think we have seen this guy's name since like 2016 or something. So
yeah,
a very new, definitely very new map by him. This is 155 BPM and 5.5 SR. However, I would say this is definitely a lot harder than 5.5 XSR and also quicker than 155 BPM, because it's a lot of speed up sessions to read. So to make it feel like an actual hard rock pick instead of 155 hard rock, to most hard rock players probably be like, oh, it's just playing no mod. So there's definitely still some 155 BPM sessions scroll speed, but there's some also at around 180 BPM to feel like an actual hard rock pick.
Yeah, 100%. And of course, just like a lot of hard rock picks, accuracy plays a much bigger role. As you can even see when I replay, Sutter struggling at around 99.5 relative to the rest of the map we've seen so far. we say struggling.
Struggling. Okay.
Well, look, it's the closest thing that we've seen to 99 all stream, so...
True.
It's there for a reason. Also, shout out to Jarhead, who's been doing a fair amount of replays, and will be doing a fair amount of the replays of this tournament. Happily just came in and said, hi, do you want reset replays? And we were like, yes, please do. And then he did.
Yep.
But yeah, I think, look, this is a good song. Definitely fun. Cannot go wrong.
Definitely. There's also OD 9.1 by the way, so a bit of like high OD requirements. Not a very high, extremely high one, because I think if this OD 10, the 1/6 will have claimed a lot of players in terms of accuracy, and I feel like OD 9.1 is already suitable for this lot if this map is already plays with a lot of 1/6 and a lot of SV speeds up to make it feel like an actual hard rock pick. We don't want this to be like a no mod 4 with high OD. So yeah, basically the map plays like this.
All right, let's just get this sorted.
We did not see that.
Nah, you didn't see anything.
We didn't see anything. We didn't
see
hear
what?
anything
See
right
what?
now. Nothing. All
there
right,
we go.
Into Hard Rock 2.
There we go, Hard Rock 2. All right. Now the rest of the replays will work like God intended it to be. But anyways.
Yes.
All right, moving on to Hard Rock 2. And it's going to be Super Soaker. Now this is I believe, what is this, an edit of other map set? You'd know more about this.
Yep, Super Stoke. It's an edit from a map set by Mouth, so also known as Yen Master before, Big Map Nominator. So this is this is a Steelbird only because the song keeps saying US.
You'll hear it. You'll hear it. You'll hear it. You'll hear it. It's coming.
Yes, yes. So this is OD6 only. 196 BPM, and people be like, oh, it's not that fast. Yeah, because as we goes up soon, very high, and as the maps goes on, like the intensity of the song.
Yeah. Now this is the slowest. I think this is nearly the slowest that it gets. But
yeah,
I believe this holds on for a fair amount of the song. So
there's also a slowdown session coming in, so players still need to be at least a little bit like, oh, I just roll through the entire muscle memorize through the entire map to get access. So there's still a bit of an SV change for players to be careful about. But
yeah,
after that, it will just be a speed hard rock.
Yeah.
Speed reading.
But here we go. Now throughout the second half of the song, the SV will be notably faster. Starting to differentiate a bit more of the higher end players in the field. So it's similar gimmick where we're having a slower and a faster section until now.
Now this is the hard part. This
and of course,
finisher section.
Of course, finisher section as well.
Yeah, because I feel like finisher is also a test for high hard rock AR reading, not AR but like SB reading. And we have been saying that a lot of the map seems like it's a KDDK players a little bit safer because a lot of monos. This one with finishers, we try to make it a little bit more different.
Yeah. And now, throughout the rest of the song, it's going to be sticking at this pace. But alas,
it's actually
getting faster.
Yeah. Alright, now we are in 225 SV. Actually, it speeds up even quicker. 196 times 1.2.
But
so it's a very crazy map.
Yeah, it is. It is. Definitely going to see a lot of players starting well and then dropping out throughout. But all done in the name of filtering out everybody's skill sets and getting a judge of the field. So that's going to be end of the hard rock. Now we will be going on to double time, of which there are 2 double time maps, and the first one. Yeah, 235.2 SV at the end. Pretty brutal. But hey, if you can hit it, you can hit it. So that's that's good, I guess. But here we go. Double time 1. It's going to be Endless Night.
Toho. We need a Toho on every pool. It's just how Ausu works.
Ausu? What are you talking? Ausu Taiko, man. Tohu is I mean, look, it's incredibly popular elsewhere, but Ausu Taiko in particular, Tohu's like, whew. It's pretty bang on. But yeah. So, double time 1.
Yeah, double time 1. Endless Lights. Like we said, it's a Toho song. Difficulty Eternal. 6.21 star. BPM being a 222. So actually quite high in terms of BPM. And the map is 3 minutes and 31 seconds. Actually, the second longest map of the pool. There's still one more day, so a bit longer coming up soon.
Yeah.
So, yep. So this is basically your regular kind of like DT1. A lot of offbeats, doublets, a decently high BPM, maybe comfortable for the ones that are high, like high. I would say like high 3 digits. They should be very comfortable in terms of like this BPM with a little bit of finger controlling patterns. Getting an accuracy on this one is a pain, but that's just double time for you.
Yes. And the reading on this song, much more comfortable compared to other maps, particularly Hard Rock 2. But all in nature, all in good nature.
Yeah, this is basically your real high OD and rhythm maintainment. There's also those like one form finishers which wasn't really tested in No Mod 1 actually. So 1-4 finisher sometimes does trip up players in terms of accuracy hitting. We do see Mai did drop a 100 on that 1-4 finisher. So
Yeah.
this is also one of the challenge of the map.
And finishes are a little bit underrated, particularly when it comes to player strain, especially on a DT map like this throughout, where it's relatively consistent. Finishes, slotted in the right places can really make the difference. And I think that the finishes are scattered quite nicely. Not to overwhelm the player, but also not to let the player just snooze through.
Yeah, we do have a crazy finisher on our last map. That crazy finisher section on the last map, even though they are mostly 1-2, I would say last map it's a bit more of a reading approach on the finisher. This one is more on the
just consistent and timing, that's all.
Finger. Yes,
yeah.
More on the finger. A bit of a longer patterns over in that solo session. Back to your regular 4 notes, 2 notes, 7 notes patterns.
So yeah. And as the song comes to an end, it's pretty much more of the same. I think there is a bit of a finisher increase, but not too much, if my memory is correct.
Yeah, we do have quite a bit of a longer map in the pool, because I feel like it just qualifier should be consistency. We should have high consistency throughout the qualifiers pool, rather than just like one hit wonder. Oh, it's a 1 minute map and I suddenly can do a great job. We want to focus more on consistency stuff, and I feel like longer maps does help a bit better in a pool that is in like just seeding out players and such.
Yeah, of course, and that's pretty important, especially with the implications of the qualifiers and how things are going to be calculated for the Swiss stage. I'll explain a bit more of that at the end, though, as we do have 2 more maps to get through, of which Double Time 2 is going to be Kusu Forest on Ineroni difficulty. The beat mapped by Zoosh.
Zoosh, yeah.
Zoosh, right? I think
Zoosh, yeah, Zoosh.
Phew. Got it.
Yeah, that's a difficult to pronounce player name. They trip out a lot of casters in, I would say, RGTs when he was playing. But that's basically the mapper's information. On to the map. We got an anime song, of course.
Had to sneak the DMCA in there. Okay.
Okay. I don't think this one is gonna get DMCA. I'm not too sure about it. But it's basically, if you know, the song is from Kagero Project. So it's a Vocaloid project song, but also turned into an anime and then got remastered. And this is basically the remaster of the song, and also in as our DT2 map of the pool. This is basically the DT2 speed map of the pool, 255 BPM. So a lot quicker than rest of the pools in general, and with also being an inner only, so it's a high BPM for players to handle, and a lot of like finishers and dun 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 on those sessions that players also need to be careful about, because like speed maps with finishers is also a thing that trips up a lot of players.
Yeah, and if you're not careful, misses can stack up quite quickly too, especially on a higher BPM map like this.
The patterns does also get a bit more denser at the end. So far it's still mostly 3 notes and 5 notes.
And the SV has ticked up just a touch, so it is a little bit faster on the reading requirement. And actually the break times get even shorter and shorter throughout the song as well.
Yeah, definitely. This is a type of map I would say it's mostly speed and stamina heavy of the pool.
Yeah.
Rather than burst speed that we see in some other maps of the pool, this is mostly just your flat out flat out speed now. You can see there's a lot more 7 note and 9 notes happening in this session. Definitely, I would say it's like a thing for this qualifiers. The map slowly gets harder and harder and harder, and it gets hard at the end.
100%. But the song is not too long, not too short. Speed-wise, it's quite comfortable. And a smooth finish there to wrap up the double time. So, getting ready for the 93% FC. 93% FC. Oh boy, you haven't seen the final map. The final map. I'm a little bit scared, but Yogan is he's pulled the ultimate source. Trust me, bro. So, in this tournament for the qualifiers, in the free mod doesn't exist. It's force mod. Players will have the choice of choosing between hidden, hard rock, or hidden and hard rock. Basically adding both mods at the same time for extra points, but it also comes with extra risk. And I'm saying all this now because you already know what. That's it. That's the free mod showcase, everybody. No, I'm just kidding.
Yep.
You already know what's coming. Everyone who sees this background can piece together immediately what's coming.
Yeah.
Yogan, I swear map pool feedback is going to be open sesames as soon as this ends.
Okay, I will see. Maybe I'm just wrong, okay. But my impression of nowadays players is that they're just so good at streams. And so we gotta stream free mod map, of course, because it's how usual tournament is at the end. Like in qualifiers nowadays have a lot of like stream no free mods to end things up, and this is basically the stream map, map by Coral Room, BPM of 196 and SR of 6.47 star, length of 3 minutes and 40 seconds because it's literally a map to stream map. I was like, okay, every pool needs a. We're gonna let the map pool have some music variety, and I was like, okay, we need some stream consistency map as well, and then we got some like a mod stream consistency map. Mostly the map is very on hand. The map is just on hand in general.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's literally consistency stream map. However, and you need to be able to play stream to play this.
Yeah. Look, this is the type of map that Fruko would be able to cheese through. That's basically what Yargin went for. But we also had to mix in a little bit of genre variety and also a bit of mod variety. As you'll see those accelerated finishes earlier, you'll be seeing them repeated in other sections of the song. But it's more or less the same gimmick, so while the colors may be a little bit different, the kind of timing and motif is the same.
I would say that stream is very hard for me. I don't know how to hit that stream at all. But I was gonna say the mod pool has like no stream maps. We did not see any stream maps in any mod pool. Well, you can maybe consider as Hard Rock 2, it's more like a stream map, but I would say at the end it's become more like a SV reading map. So I was like, okay, we need a consistency stream map. So here we got. I know some players will definitely enjoy this, some will hate this. But stream map usually differentiate a player instantly in the first 100 notes of the stream. If you can't play it, then you can't play it. If you can play it, you probably just assess it every day in your lifetime. Like, oh, this is like the easiest map of the entire pool.
It could be. And also, this type of song does provide opportunities for players to test their risk aversion to see if they want to go with extra mods or not. In this tournament, you have to go with one mod, but you know, there will be a few players in the higher ends who, you know, they'll risk it for the biscuit. They got 2 attempts. You know, 2 attempts is more than you'll get in the rest of the tournament. So, you know, some people will risk it for the biscuit and maybe it will pay off.
That is the hardest stream. There we go. Well, it's actually offhand over there. I would say this map is actually really hard to hit and power up because the SV also speeds up. So in some sections. So hidden hard rock on this side is quite hard. I'd say hidden is a little bit more favored on this map. However, like usual stream maps, you can literally just misread one and then completely die the entire stream.
Yeah, I mean, look, this could be worse, okay? The last tournament that I hosted in Quaver we had our hardest map as the SV1. It was a Mania tournament, and that scared so many players. I'm pretty sure out of a field of 240 that actually completed it properly, I think we had only 20 passes. So that could be nothing compared to the qualifiers we've seen here. We should be seeing a lot more passes across the board. So that's going to be it for the qualifier showcase. But before you go, let's just quickly say, definitely overall, I think that this is a bit of a nice map pool. Good song variety. We got some interesting maps in terms of the difficulties and what skill sets they are testing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We do have a song that literally said "stupid" as one rock song.
Stop insulting the players. They haven't started yet, man. You're scaring them.
My bad.
But yes, so 30 players have signed up for the Ausu Taiko Tournament 2023. I will be looking to try and get some of those qualifier lobbies broadcasters if the players want to. I know some players don't want to, others may want to, they don't care. We'll see how things go regarding that. But in order for the 30 players who have signed up to actually make it into the tournament itself, each map has to be successfully completed once during the qualifier lobbies, which full instructions on that will be set up very soon. And from there, we'll see how many of the 30 players in the field will actually complete it. I know some players may end up withdrawing, abandoning, or otherwise. It always happens in every tournament ever, so... hopefully we get a good, strong turnout. We do definitely need at least 16 or so players going into the Swiss. In terms of eliminations in the qualifiers, I'm just going to tell everybody now, I want as many people to try out this format as possible. So only the bottom 1 or 2 players will be at risk of elimination. So if all 30 players successfully turn up and complete this, and we get an even number of players who complete qualifiers, we'll be seeing 2 people getting eliminated. But if we have an odd number of players that complete qualifiers, so 29, 27, 25, and so forth, only the lowest score will get eliminated. And all those calculations and all of that's going to be happening live next week, so definitely do stay tuned for that. And of course, if you do miss the showcase, I'll be uploading this. I don't know if I'll be uploading this to my YouTube channel, but I'll definitely be here on Twitch as well. And hopefully nothing visually was bugged. Hopefully. I can pray to Jesus it wasn't.
Yeah, we did not see some custom maps got trolled on the replay.
Classic.
No way.
Nah, didn't fucking happen.
That's rookie mistake. That's rookie mistake.
Yeah, at least scuff tournament moment, everybody. But yeah, that's gonna be it. I'm going, as soon as this ends, I'm gonna focus on getting this archived and uploaded and published and posted and marketed and so forth, and then I'll be filling in on both the players and the referees on how this is going to work, because I assure you nobody read the forum post, because who the hell has time to read things in life? So yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I do thank everybody for tuning in to the qualifier showcase. I hope we get to see a few of the qualifier lobbies, depending on how players feel. If not, definitely next weekend we will be having the qualifier lobby results, and of course the Swiss calculations, which is going to be happening live, so it may or may not be scuffed. So we'll see how that goes. We do like a little bit of trolling in the Ausu Taiko Tournament. That hasn't changed, and will not be changing here today. So that's gonna be it, everybody. Thank you all. Wish everybody the best of luck for this, myself included.
Yeah.
And you, Jorgen, because you'll be carrying the pools for a little bit until everybody catches up and gets on board. So
True. It's okay. They carry the replays. I can't play any of these maps.
That's good. They're contributing. That's what I'd love to hear. So yeah, good luck, everybody, and that's it. Yeah, take care. Because imagine actually having a closing scene. We don't have one in Ausu Taiko Tournament 2023. Budget cuts.
No.
So I'm just going to very carefully find the end stream button.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.